Hello and welcome to Critical Strike, episode 92. I'm Josh, and here with me is Kyle.
A strange man put something in my butt.
And Billy.
And we're back to the ass jokes.
But oddly enough, Billy was the strange man who put something in your butt.
How did you do that?
I was the familiar man putting something in his butt. Think about it.
I like how Kyle has to have a dossier on every man who put something in his butt.
Well,
Where were you trained in your butt science, sir?
it's sort of an intimate area. You kind of want to know the guy
Yeah.
before he puts something in there. It's kind
Well,
of
I
personal.
thought it was really odd when you asked him out to go to a ball game and just hang out for a day.
Yeah, you got to get to know him first. It makes it really more intimate. And he kind of gets to know you better, too, so he kind of knows what to
He's
do.
gonna get to know you better when he's putting things up your butt.
Yeah, but, you know,
Not really.
maybe
Kyle's asleep.
maybe I just want to talk first. And,
Yeah, it's a little bit of whining and dining.
yeah.
So, before we go into all that, yes, this is going to be the return of Kyle's butt, and hopefully this is the last episode we talk about it.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't steal my butt thunder on the last episode by telling everybody that everything is great, my butt is fine, but I might have
Well.
celiacs, which sucks.
What the hell's that?
It's a weed allergy, which causes
Ew.
you to shit uncontrollably,
Ugh.
in its worst case. Also
Well, most-
incredible stomach pain, but I have to go get more blood work done for that. I haven't done that yet.
So you can't have wheat bread anymore?
Well, I can't have anything with gluten in it.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's what a gluten allergy is. I just
Yeah.
always thought those kids were being pussies.
No.
That makes my tummy hurt, sir.
Doesn't matter. Eat this candy anyways and meet me behind the school.
Oh my... What? That has
Came out
nothing
a
to
little
do
too
with me.
naturally. Why don't you eat this candy and go try and take a nap underneath all of that stuff over there? I'll be there in a minute.
Don't worry. I'll take... Everything will be fine. Don't worry.
Don't hurt me, sir. You're so big. Just eat the candy. Just eat it.
Well, at least your ass is fine, Carl. Makes
Yeah.
me happy.
It's interesting. The preparatory work for it is absolute hell. Like, Mick said that he was going to get one, and then he read what the stuff actually does, and he canceled his appointment.
Like a pussy. Come on. Just take it in the ass for
Josh,
the man.
I was shitting water for 12 hours.
No, I'm talking about Mike. Not you.
Well, whatever, but I wouldn't want to do that either.
What?
He had the foresight to go, you know what? I don't want to do that. And I respect that. And honestly, I wish I could have done that.
Maybe turning my intestinal tract into a fountain isn't the way to go.
So, like, I get this box that contains mixture enough for 2 of these foul drinks. So it's like you mix up these 2 different powders and then you fill it with a liter of water. And you have to drink
Did the
a
feminist
quarter.
at Walmart give you these?
Yeah, the feminist at Walmart gave them to me.
Okay.
Powder of Malaysia.
Yeah, powder of Malaysia.
Anyway,
It was called Mova Prep. That stuff is terrible. So you tear open these 2 packets, mix the water in, you chill it overnight, and you drink it.
you chill it overnight?
Yeah, just to make it a bit more palatable. So you tear it open, and you're immediately greeted with the smell of epoxy.
Ugh.
And like, oh god, this isn't good.
But my
And then you
walls
mix
don't need
it.
any work.
And it smells like Sprite.
Huh.
And then you drink it, and it is salty, the fuck is that? Flat Sprite.
Semen?
And it is awful. And then
Ugh.
30 minutes later, you're shitting your brains out.
Wow, that quick, eh? I figured
Yeah.
you'd at least have a stomachache for a few hours.
No. It's like no onset. It's like, oh, I have to use. Oh shit, I have to use the bathroom now.
Where's my Vita? Where's my Vita? Oh, God.
Did you get a Vita?
No.
No.
That would be like my interpretation of it.
Shut up,
I see.
Josh. You're gonna blow my cover. I didn't really get one. Please don't kill me, Nancy. So yeah, so the first 2 go-arounds of the movements Yeah, that's pretty much everything that's in your stomach.
You're following notes, aren't you?
No. This is
very clear recollection.
Yeah, it's fucking burned into my brain.
Oh.
And then the next 9 hours, I was shitting water. Like, straight water.
Because you were drinking so much? Or is it, I mean, like, where is it all coming from?
I don't know. It just was. And it was terrible. So then I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I had to do it all over again.
I gotta say, the life of the average porn star in this country must suck, because this is probably their weekly routine.
Well, no, they get enemas, which are different.
I guess.
That's like a one-time deal. It's not like 18 hours of fucking water shooting out of your ass. I was peeing out of my butt, like... Think of like your morning pee. That's what I was doing about every 10 minutes out of my ass.
Did you try to recreate Tub Girl?
No. I didn't.
Jesus, dude. Please don't look that up on the internet if you're not familiar with the meaning of that reference.
The best part is she's wearing a mask. And it's covered in poop.
I'd say that's the second best part.
Is she wearing socks too?
I don't know.
I think you should check, Josh.
I will make that the album art for the show.
I think she's... Never mind. Oh, man.
So then I go in... And I got to round out the experience. So I go in, and I'm terrified because they're going to put me under anesthesia, and I've never done that. You? Well, Nance did go with me, but I was only allowed. It was just me back there.
Right.
So the lady's like, "Okay, strip and put on this paper cloth or paper gown, but keep your socks and shoes on." Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. So then they sit me down, and then I get, and that's the, well, no. First I get an IV. I have this
picture of them whispering to you, "No, leave your shoes and socks on." Sorry.
Yeah, so they put an IV in me, and then they put in, like, a ball gag, but it's got a PVC pipe instead of a ball, so it's just, like, open access into my mouth.
Where is this going? What?
Well, it's because...
a ball gag when they're putting a camera up your ass?
Well, they're going to check out my stomach, too, because of my stomach acid problems.
So just so it doesn't bite down on, like, the metal cord or something.
Yeah,
right?
So they were DPing me, and they just wanted to make sure when I was passed out, I didn't, like, eat the camera.
You know, reflex.
Your average day with Kyle, basically.
Yeah. So they put this thing in my mouth. It's forced open, and then they put me under. And then I woke up and just started, like... You remember how I used to burp, Josh? Like those 45-second long, like, rumbly ones?
Yeah, like I do now.
Yeah, I let out like 2 of those, and the lady's like, "Okay, well, that's good. We did put a lot of air into you. Apparently, they shoot a shit ton of air into your mouth and ass when they do this." So I then spent like 5 minutes farting in this like doctor's office. She's like, "Okay, you have to pass the air," and she pushes on my stomach, and I start farting, and it's really awkward because there's lube coming out. So then she walks me into this place, which I like to call the Hall of Farts, because it's just like, it's a hallway that they have shower curtains in and chairs with like sterile padding on it, and you're supposed to sit there for like 20 minutes and just fart.
I just want to see him fart with lube.
Josh, it is one of the most awkward things I have ever done. Because it feels like you're shitting yourself, but you're not.
Well, yeah, because you're basically allowing yourself to just shart, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very embarrassing.
There was lube coming out of me probably until the next day.
Oh, man.
So I don't know how the gay guys do it, but God bless them, because that is kind of awkward. I guess porn stars, too.
Yeah.
Or really anybody who does anal. God,
anything
God bless.
Yeah.
Sir, you need to pass all this air.
Well, the real question, though, Carl, and this is, how long did it take for the process to return to normal after being completely wiped out like that? I mean, a few days?
Day and a half.
That's not terrible. And it wasn't all painful because you had a camera burrowing through your innards?
Not that I noticed.
That's cool.
with the amount of lube they had in me, they probably could have fit an elephant in there, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Was it like all over your butt cheeks and everything too? Like, did they
No, it was like they probably had like a caulk gun of lube, and they just shoved it in there and shot it in.
Now I'm imagining something like they use, like the bakers use, you know? What they call those.
See, I'm in the other
Little
direction. I'm
sack.
thinking like I'm watching like the home channel where they're working on houses, and here comes that Canadian guy. He just shoves the caulking gun in Kyle's ass.
No, it's the baker because they're putting little like lube roses around.
Oh, they called Nancy, and they're like, yeah, they're putting little flowers on his butt.
We
she's
heard
like-
you're a pastry artist. Could you help us out?
We're working on a coffee table book, ma'am, and we could really use your opinions.
Happy birthday, Kyle. And then
Could
they put
really
the
use
little,
a fleur-de-lis right here.
they put the candle in his butt, and then the doctor just comes out and blows it out.
Oh God, that's why there was the wax.
Uh,
But yeah, colonoscopies, kids, super fun.
Getting old is great.
dude, he's younger than we are.
I know, but he's still getting older.
And he's already been violated before. There's no way I'm getting this. No way, ever.
I don't
You know what,
I-
Josh? You won't know until you've actually experienced it. And
I think I would
goddamn-
know if somebody's putting a camera in my butt.
No, you wouldn't.
Did you walk funny?
No, I didn't. Well, I walked funny initially because I was drugged out of my fucking skull.
I wonder if you said anything to the doctor while you were under.
I don't know.
You
I
should
could
listen
have.
to a podcast and talk about all this.
The doctor, I can just see the doctor too. He's fucking with you. Like you're out cold, and he's just like, nurse, give me my camera, and he's like putting you in poses and stuff and taking pictures with you.
Wait. Get the 15. Get Pedro. Pedro's a 15-inch black dildo. He'll
Watch
never know.
Watch this, Nurse Nancy. Nancy's here, Kyle. Hide my PSP.
Wedding ring, wedding.
No weddings. Oh, man. Well, at least you're on the mend and everything's good. And it'll kind of suck, though, if you can't eat wheat or gluten.
Yeah, I'm really dreading that. But you know what? I lived my entire life like this, so if I do get it, fuck it. I'm still eating what I want.
I lived my entire life by getting cameras up my ass.
Yep.
Well, no, he's always had it, apparently. I mean, maybe it comes on a little stronger at points or something.
Yeah, it gets some
I mean,
pleasant
maybe
every once
that
in a
day
while.
you ate cream of wheat 4 times.
Cream of wheat's fucking gross. Nobody eats that.
I like
Yeah.
cream of wheat.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you, like an old woman?
I liked it as a kid. I haven't had it since. But
Dude, it's oatmeal. Cream of wheat's gross.
yeah, I haven't had oatmeal since I was a kid either.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
But it's so rich in fiber.
I am not a breakfast person.
Yeah, but most of the breakfast food I eat is just for like snacks and desserts. Cereal, oatmeal.
Yeah, no.
Oh well.
There we go. We got Kyle's butt stories out of the way. No more, ever.
Well, I can't guarantee that, Josh. At least, there's no more butt stories for now.
Just let that linger over everybody. I don't even know where to go from that.
So what you been up to, Josh?
Well,
What's you
Kyle,
been doing, Josh?
let me tell you about AIDS.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Well, I decided to one-up you, Kyle. I've got a load of dick problems to talk about.
I had to get a butt gag, a mouth gag, and a camera shoved up my cock.
I got the trifecta.
Do you know what an erectile splint is? Well, I'll tell you if you don't.
Let me tell you about farting little lube bubbles out of my penis.
Ugh.
Oh, God, you were frauding? Why would you ever do that?
All right. Anyway, yeah. So I'll go first this time. I don't really care. I picked up a Pinball Arcade. Nothing seems. Nothing. This is like at the point now where you've eaten something disgusting and nothing tastes right for the rest of the night.
Hey, you need some ginger to kind of just flush out your mouth, or
I don't want to flush anything out after that conversation because apparently
sherbet.
flushing means that you're getting a ball gag and a camera up your butt and you fart little lube bubbles.
you just need some sherbet. That'll wash it out.
I do like sherbet.
Sherbet, Josh. There's no second R. Idiot.
I hate you So yeah, Pinball Arcade.
You fucking simpleton. Oh,
this
man.
is the worst show ever. Where's Mike when you need him?
Well, you guys could talk about your little trip to the convention. Just flip the whole thing around.
I'm not going to talk about... Okay.
It was
fun.
I'm not talking about Pinball Arcade at all.
No,
Ever.
Never.
No. All right, why don't we go into PAX stuff, Kyle?
Okay.
Let's get that out of the way. Because Bill's comments here is funny stories about PAX. What happened at PAX that was funny? Because I don't remember.
Apparently, greeting you in my shorts is funny because you thought I was in my boxers.
No, I alluded that you were in your boxers. Which was, yeah, that was funny. But the best part about PAX, Bill, was we got there and Kyle was sending me texts asking where we were and everything. And we were checking in, but our room wasn't going to be ready for about an hour or so. So we asked Kyle if we can put our bags and stuff up in his room for the time being. And so we headed up there and dropped everything off. And on the way back down to the lobby, this is no more than our first 10 minutes with Kyle and Nancy. We're heading back down in the elevator, and it stops at like the 4th floor or whatever and picks up another guy. And he's standing in front of us. And the way the elevator works is they have a mezzanine floor and then the lobby below that. And the mezzanine is what leads to the convention center. It's just a big bridge across to it. It stops at the mezzanine, maybe because some jackass hit the button or something. But Kyle looks at the guy and goes, "This is your stop." And he just kind of looks over at us. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not sure." And he gets out real quick and he looks around. And Kyle goes, "After you." And then the guy just walks out and he's standing there and he's just looking back and forth for like a couple of seconds. And then the doors slowly start closing. Like he's just completely lost. He doesn't know where he is. And he's afraid of this random guy in the elevator saying, "After you. This is your stop."
Yeah, it didn't occur to me that I actually kicked that guy out until everyone's like, "Why did you kick that guy out of the elevator?"
This is where you get off, fuckface.
And the whole joke was, all weekend, I'm going to go up on the mezzanine now and see like a chalk line of a random guy who's just dead, and they just left his chalk line there because he couldn't find his way back to his room. I mean, it's like we were playing The Sims and you box somebody in and he's sitting there for 3 days just pissing on himself and starving, and then eventually he just dies.
Yeah, if he's not man enough to take his life by the reins, fuck him.
That was probably the best part about PAX, though. Like, the first 10 minutes, just right off the bat, Kyle fucking boots somebody out of the elevator.
It was unintentional. I thought that was the floor he wanted to get off on. I thought it was the lobby. And I'm like, okay, after you. And then nobody else left. And I'm like, I think this is the floor you want to get on. And then the door's closed.
He's just looking around like all lost and just seeking help.
My favorite part of PAX is where you're like, "Hey, I got this sweet picture with me with that lollipop chainsaw chick." "Oh, really? Can I see it?"
Nope.
No. "Well, can't you just block your face out?" No. "Can you just crop out a picture of her breasts?" No.
Yeah, so that whole thing with Jessica, she's a cosplayer. She goes to every convention and everything, but I guess she was hired to do cosplay for Lollipop, whatever the fuck it was.
Lollipop chainsaw
or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, she showed up on the second day in like this whole pink latex suit with basically her tits hanging out and everything. And I guess she got kicked out of PAX, Kyle. I didn't know that.
No, she didn't. They just asked her to change her clothes
Well,
because
no,
I
they
saw
asked
her
her
on
to
Sunday.
leave. They asked her to leave on Saturday.
Really? Because the release that they said was like, "Can you just put on different clothing?"
Well, first they asked her to leave, and then she had to come back with something else. But yeah, she got booted. And so yeah, she was going around like I had some a lull period where I just went down there by myself for a while, and she was sitting there in that latex suit, and she's just kind of going.
Sitting there in that latex suit, Josh.
I said she.
Uh-huh.
She was sitting there in that latex suit, and just kind of going for a little bit. This is kind of awkward, and I kind of happened to whisper, "Just let it happen."
What the fuck, Josh? Really?
She's like, "This is kind of awkward." And I'm just like, "Shh, just let it happen."
You probably creeped the shit out of her.
She heard a story about some guy that got kicked off an elevator and killed. Why did you do that?
It just came natural. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
So then I kind of realized what I said, and I just kind of walked away.
And then she went and then took a 4-hour cold shower. Just scrubbing at herself with a Brillo pad.
Why?
Because she couldn't get it off.
Yeah, she got mind raped.
Wow. So that's why you won't share a picture with us. You're in love.
Because the very moment the photo was taken, you could see her very being torn asunder.
The fear was so apparent no one else can see.
It's like one of the photo of a little kid getting his picture taken in the Santa or the Easter Bunny. That just pure terror.
I'm just like, I got
That's a
some
compliment,
candy.
Josh.
Does that
You're in
suit
good
you?
company.
But yeah, I the other funny story, I guess, was the first year that we went down to PAX, we were kind of busted looking into other people's rooms from our hotel room. And
Wasn't that what you do?
yeah, well,
Whoa.
the weird part was Kyle and I were in the room alone. Mike and Nancy, Mike's my brother, went out for a cigarette. And so we happened to shut off the lights in the room, and they came in and caught us with like a camcorder zooming into people's rooms. So this year we were like, oh, let's just do that again for, just for the laughs. That way, like, they kind of chuckle when they come in. Well, lo and behold, it ended up being a serious thing. We sat there for like a half hour looking into people's rooms again. And this time we were categorizing them. So there was a room with a couple people laying on their bed reading like their Kindles or whatever. So they were the reader.
Yeah, the readers.
And then you had a dude just laying on a couch talking on his cell phone. So he was cell phone mad. Then the greatest one was, it was a room that was further over to the side. And all you could really see in the room was a mirror. And I kind of got Kyle good on this one, even though it was more me. But
Yeah, you dick. Fuck you.
Nancy comes in and I was like, Nance, Kyle just got caught looking at a dude. And she's like, what? And what happened was you can see the mirror and the guy was obviously changing or like getting ready to go somewhere. And I go, Kyle, I think that's a chick. And so he zooms in. He zooms in with my camcorder like right on the mirror to be able to look. And I was like, Kyle, that is totally a chick. And like he starts seeing more and more off of the mirror. And he's like, that's a dude. And
Yeah,
he was just
thanks a lot,
stunned.
you dick.
And Nance gave him so much shit for that.
How many curtain eyes did you see of your friend Jessica hiding in the dark, knowing that you're looking at her?
Just let it happen, Bill. Just let it happen.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and advise you to not say things like that to girls anymore.
It just came natural. I don't know why.
I don't care if it came natural, buddy.
Josh, that's even worse if that's what came natural.
It says here that you told her you were going to devour her skin. Well, it just came out, and you didn't really mean it. It just came natural.
It just seemed the right thing to say.
I thought you know I was kidding.
What better way to make an awkward situation less awkward? By making it more awkward. That's my logic. So yeah, that's probably my favorite memories of PAX this year. I don't know what you have, Kyle.
There was sleeping in Nancy's car for like 4 hours. That was fun. So we left Philly at like 10:30 because it's a 6-hour trip. It took us 8 hours to get to Boston. So it was like 4:30 in the morning when we finally got to the hotel. And they're like, yeah, you can stay, but we're going to charge you an extra night. I'm like, fuck that. No. So then we drove around Boston at 4:30 in the morning. So we dropped by Fenway Park so Nancy could see it. We pointed out the Cheers bar, and then we went to a Dunkin' Donuts, and then we slept outside the convention center for like 2 hours. And then I got frustrated because I wanted out of the car. So I went in, used my preferred guest clout to get us an early in. But yeah, that was awesome. Then we went to the Cheers bar. No, it wasn't funny. It sucked.
I was talking about good memories, Kyle, not bad memories.
Well, Nancy got to see Boston because last year she didn't get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Cheers bar. We went down to Boylston Street, got some food, went to the Poorhouse.
Yep. That's where the old convention was first year.
And that's where Anime Boston was.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, it was cool.
Yeah, it was just a good time.
Was it difficult being amongst the simpletons now that you don't have the press
Yes.
pass?
My God, yes.
I honestly didn't care because the first year I didn't have a media badge either.
Mm.
But I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I wish I could cut all of these lines to see these things.
There really wasn't a lot of stuff this year that I cared about. Like last year, there was just a shitload of games and things that I want to see, like, you know, Crisis in 3D and all these other, like Crisis 2 was there last year, so I wanted to see that. And they had a shitload of games last year. But this year, like, they had Max Payne and Assassin's Creed 3, which I would have liked to have seen, but for the most part, there wasn't a lot that I cared about. I got to play Jet Set for a little while, and that looks pretty cool, but it's, you know, Jet Set, we've already all played it.
Sure.
We did watch Dragon's Dogma for a while on Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to ask
that looks
you what
pretty
you thought of
interesting.
I tell you what, I loved that game until I watched them play it.
Well,
Very
the
nice.
camera might have a bit of problems, but I like how like you get hired people and they call them pawns. I thought that was really funny.
that. Dance for me, pawns.
Like, there was a bunch of frame rate drops with it, but that could have been like a demo unit that they were showing off.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It basically looks just like Dark Souls, really.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking when I saw some of it.
There were some cool parts, though. Like, Kyle, do you remember the part near the end when we left that they were fighting the
Gargoyle?
the
No,
Griffin?
Griffin.
Yeah. They were fighting the Griffin, and the guy that they had that they were controlling was a mage, and he attacked it with this big fireball spell. And, like, if you looked at the Griffin's body when it was on fire, like, there were little fires breaking out on his body, and, like,
Yeah.
he started getting more charred and everything, and, like, it actually looked like you were damaging him rather than just, like, surrounding him with fire, like you would in most games. So that was pretty cool, like, the way it did that. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's one that I'm going to try. They did say that they haven't announced it anywhere else yet, but there is going to be a demo a couple weeks before it comes out.
Yeah.
So you can try that out at least. But I mean, it looked cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But at the same point too, like Dark Souls PC getting announced kind of just killed that game for me.
Oh, yeah. I look forward to that game being fun on the PC instead of whatever it is on the console.
Well, that and well, Dark Souls is awesome on the console. Fuck you. But like they're adding a bunch more bosses and stuff to it, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I hopefully
Does
well,
it
actually,
upset you to know that it's a game for Windows game?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't get the hate either. Gives a shit.
Yeah, not at all. I don't really care. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma. I mean, it's coming out next month, I believe.
Something like that.
I don't remember the date.
Yeah, some of the spells look really cool. Like there was one where he like used he created a lightning whip.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
There's long casting times, which is really cool. I like that.
no, see, I thought that would be frustrating.
It makes magic more. It makes magic more realistic, Josh.
It does seem like a game where you will need like kind of like World of Warcraft, where you need each person to play a specific role, like a tank, a DPS, and a healer type thing.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's set up, so like a mage won't be able to spam spells the whole time like you could in other games. Like even in Dark Souls, you had longer cast times. So yeah,
Some of those spells are freaking ridiculous.
yeah. Didn't he launch like a meteor or something? if I
Yes, he
remember right?
did. Like he's like, okay, we're gonna show you the meteor spell. It took like 20 seconds to cast, but it just rained meteors on the entire screen.
That's cool.
He almost hit himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks pretty cool, Bill. I think it's definitely worth checking out. We watched it for like a half hour.
Interesting.
And then we got all the swag.
Yeah, we were only staying there so Nancy can get all these posters and everything else. And then she wanted us to enter a Street Fighter X Tekken tournament to get her a T-shirt, but they were doing it later on in the day, so we didn't.
Mm. But you did get talked into buying a new fighting stick through this whole trip. I thought that was interesting.
Well, I've wanted one for a while. I've always used the Mad Catz Tournament Edition sticks, and I've been eyeing the new 8-arc stick for a while. And yeah, just kind of playing fighting games again got me back into wanting a stick, so I bought one when I came back.
Yeah,
That's
I
fun.
think I might get the the Hori Fighting Commander Pro. That
A
fight
stick?
pad. No, the pad.
Oh,
I'm not going to pay $130 for a fighting stick.
well,
I'd much rather pay the $30 for a fighting pad.
there's cheaper alternatives in terms of sticks.
Well,
But the one that I got is nice because it works with the PC 360 and PS3. So that's mainly why it's a bit more expensive. Like if I went to have somebody do the mod on my tournament edition stick, my Mad Catz one, it's about $40 to $50 to have somebody do that. And so basically I would have been spending like $250 on it when this one only cost me like $200.
Yeah, I think the Hori one works for the PC as well.
So there you go. Any other questions about PAX, Bill?
No, I don't think so.
There's some cool games. I liked it. A lot of
The
fun.
Idle Block Theater is going to be really fun.
I am really disappointed that we couldn't get Kyle to play
Steel Battalion?
Yeah.
Nope.
They had a full functioning demo and you didn't even try it just so you could be a dick to the guy's face?
Never even went near it, dude.
I saw it and I'm like, absolutely not.
Even though I heard a bunch of people say, "Oh, it looks awesome," and it played awesome, but Kyle just wouldn't even try it.
No.
Well, that's because they're fucking liars. That's why.
Because they are fucking liars.
Well, Justin from the Rumble Pack loved it. Are you calling him a liar?
Did Justin from the Rumble Pack play the original Steel Battalion? Did he own the controller?
I don't know.
And playing it for 5 minutes is a lot different than an hour when you have to sit there with your arms out in front of you controlling sticks and levers and nonsense. It's terrible.
I just wanted him to try it mainly to shatter his dreams of ever getting a real Steel Battalion sequel.
Well, don't worry. Those dreams have been shattered, Josh.
Are you going to take your Kinect back so that you can get the Skyrim voice mods?
Tempting, but no. As awesome as it would be to shout Fus Ro Da at the top of my lungs at the TV, no.
I said equip axe.
Oh god, I lit the entire village on fire.
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck them. Time to steal all their vegetables and cook on their stoves.
You want to talk about that pinball now, Josh?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So, Pinball Arcade. Everybody knows that I love pinball, even though I'm really, really bad at it. But with games like Zen Pinball and Marvel Pinball and Pinball FX2 and all that, Pinball Arcade came out on the PS3 and the 360 on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. And it's made by the same team who did Pinball something, the Williams collection. I played it last year, I believe. And it's just another pinball game, but this actually uses real tables. So they're recreating, tables that have existed for a long, long time. And a lot of people have complained about the physics about it, but they're basically coming from playing Zen Pinball and Pinball FX, which I think the physics are bullshit in that.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, it basically is made to be a faster paced game with Pinball FX and Zen Pinball. Like those are not realistic at all, in my opinion. Of course, it all is personal preference, but this game here, like the ball seems a bit more sluggish when it's going around, and at times it just feels more real to me than playing those other ones. But there's only 4 tables in it right now: Arabian Nights, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and a couple of other ones. But they basically spread it out between a Williams table, a Bailey's table, a Stern Pinball, and Stern's the only one actually making pinball machines these days. Like they are the only company around right now.
Wow.
Making pinball. Like they made the Tron Legacy one last year that I really loved. So yeah, it's I think like a $10 pinball game, and on the PS3 it came with a free Vita version.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I know on the PS3 it's pretty good. The interface absolutely sucks. It uses like these huge like 1992 website banners that say start type graphic.
Oh man, I love GeoCities.
Yeah, that's one. I was waiting for like almost the break line of blood that's just dripping everywhere. But yeah, as a pinball game, it's pretty straightforward. It's just pinball. It's not too bad for $10. I guess they have a shitload of DLC coming with other tables, like the Black Knight and all these other ones. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that they're gonna get some of the ones that I love out there, like Pinbot and Bride of Pinbot, which I believe Bride of Pinbot is on the list of games that is coming out for it.
Oh man, what about the Terminator one?
That one's gonna be tough, dude. Like I guess because now they have to go to the movie studio to get the rights and everything else.
That sucks.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot that I want that I don't think we'll ever see. Like the Addams Family pinball table was really good, and I don't think you're ever gonna see that in one of these games.
Yeah, I remember playing that one, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it has leaderboards and everything else. So, and if you're playing on the PS3, you can also see your Vita friends' scores on there as well. It just shows them under a mobile version, so it's not too bad for $10. So I wish it did come up more tables, and yeah.
Sweet.
It's pinball. I mean, it's really not much you can say about it. I'm excited for Zen Pinball 2. I mean, Bill, you know that I've been saying, when the fuck are they going to come out with another one of those?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we had some fun playing that online.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of fun, actually. Might have to pick that one up.
Yeah, remember Rob Zombie guy?
Oh, yeah. I should dig through my old Twit pics and see if I can find him.
Just a random dude with like this big fucking hair. And he was rocking back and forth on a rocking chair and destroying us in that game.
I know it was you, Josh.
But yeah, other than that, I'm finally going to talk about Street Fighter Cross Tekken. You know, because I'm sending it back this week.
We're good enough to hear it now. You fucking cunts.
Well, I rented it from GameFly, right? And I never played it more than like 5 minutes up until PAX.
Okay.
And at PAX, Niccolo came over to our hotel room for some drinks and pizza and Street Fighter. And he spent basically like 2 hours trying to convince me why that was a good game and why I should get into it. But it's basically just Street Fighter, but faster and with a whole lot more characters. But they also added like a gem system to it where like you can make it so, and I think gems randomly like activate. It's just little perks for your characters. So like one of them is like, your punches do like 5% more damage, or your kicks do 10% less damage and they're faster type things. And you can set up a whole gem setup for your characters, like kind of like if you're playing Call of Duty, you can set up your perks ahead of time. So
yeah, all this sounds good.
It is, but it isn't, because they added one. Like, I was totally psyched to get back into this game. When I came back from PAX, I was excited to get into it. I was like, I'm getting the arcade stick. Nick wants to play this a lot, but then he tweeted the other day
the throw gem
that they added an anti-throw gem. So, meaning if the guy you're fighting against, you can't throw him at all, which completely breaks the game. That is something that should not be in it.
But I thought gem's effects would randomly just work.
Some of them do, I believe, and some of them are always on. Like, he's even saying that completely ruined the game for him.
Interesting.
But, I mean, it's Street Fighter with Tekken characters, and I'm not very familiar with how Tekken characters play, because I've never been a big Tekken guy, but it's just weird having a Street Fighter guy throwing fireballs, and Tekken characters don't do that. And so it just doesn't really work well in my mind. And then, like, watching him play, he was fighting Justin for a while, and I kind of figured out that this game is more of a cross between, like, Street Fighter meets Marvel vs. Capcom meets Tekken, because it follows the same line where rather than using Street Fighter moves, now you have, like, your typical Marvel vs. Capcom combos in it, where you go, like, low punch, medium punch, fierce punch, and then, like, low kick, and then you just spam that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and that's a combo, basically, in that game. And there's infinite combos where you can never stop. So to me, it's more Street Fighter meets Marvel vs. Capcom that also happens to have Tekken characters. So it's not my brand of fighting game, basically.
Interesting.
Those cats are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they had in Japan, Sony has two characters that are cats. Basically, they're mascots in Japan, and they're in it as well. One of them, which is the white cat, basically plays exactly like Ryu. And the other one, I don't know who he's modeled after, but Kyle and I had a cat-on-cat fight, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
My cat destroyed yours.
Yes, it did.
So yeah, I don't know. It's all right. Not my cup of tea. I'm going back to Street Fighter 3 and 4.
But if it were to be, cheap at some point where, the GameFly U sale, it's like $12 and a few of us could all just pick it up, would it be worth it then?
No, not for me. It's just not my brand of fighting, dude. Yeah. I don't like the versus style of fighting. I like more strategic, not, oh, here's a quick opening. I'm going to hit these 3 buttons over and over and over and over and over. It's just not for me.
Radio.
All right, what you guys got? You guys can decide who's going. I don't really care.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music. Like old times. Like old times. Look, now I'll start the melody on the organ. Oldie but a goodie. That's just plain poppycock.
I don't have a dick, so I'll just jump in on his Syndicate talk.
Yeah, I was going to say, I beat Mass Effect 3 like a month and a half ago. Ending was disappointed.
More Mass Effect talk.
No, it's going to be super brief. ending
like your
was
pants when you opened up the hotel room door.
wah wah wah.
He said
Ending was
super, not
shitty,
tight.
unexpected, very abrupt. Not what I was expecting at all. But BioWare shouldn't be bowing down to all the whiny fanboys. That's about it.
Really, you're amongst those who think that they should just stick with their guns?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they made. I'm not going to get... Well, I can get pissed off, but, you know, that's what they wanted to do, and that's what they did. If some people are too stupid to see some of the things behind it, then they're too stupid to see it.
You just called, like, everybody we know stupid.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still think it's pretty shitty, but...
Like, I don't know how it ends, but, like, last night when we were on Skype, I was just kind of picturing, and I threw it out there for the laughs, that when it ends, like, Earth is just getting destroyed, and there's your shepherd on a random remote planet dancing to Kanye West Power.
That's actually not too far from the truth, depending on what ending you chose.
Nice. BioWare should never change that.
Yeah, I think the ending looks absolutely terrible, but I mean, they're not really changing it. They're just going to add more whiny crap.
Yeah, what they're gonna add is, and this is what happened to this person. Like, it's like they're gonna add the ending to the ending of Animal House to it, just to say what
Jesus.
happened to the various characters.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Have any of you guys read anything by Neil Stephenson, like Snow Crash, Cryptonomicon?
No.
No.
Okay, Neil Stephenson can't write an ending to save his life, so most of his books are really awesome, except for the ending.
BioWare.
Okay.
And that's what happened. So the game was good overall, except for the ending, which shat all over it.
Huh.
Well, I didn't play it. I'll play it someday, probably.
Yeah, it's worth playing. All the character development's really cool for the characters you care about. So Garrus is really awesome, Morden's really awesome, so on and so forth. But that's pretty much it. So let's talk about Syndicate and how shitty it is.
Okay, Kyle.
Look, there are some things that I like about it. The weapons are really cool. The HUD is amazing.
I
And
think the
hacking's
combat's
cool.
fun.
Combat is fun, except it's like, okay, you're getting shot, so take cover. So you duck under something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get lit up because you're just ducking behind a crate. You're not actually taking cover.
Yeah. It works, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. It works sort of, but doesn't work at all.
If they would have robbed from Deus Ex, where you could just fully sit on the side of a door sill or lay down behind something, it would be quite a bit
Yeah, that's
better.
what I was expecting. Like, you just jam your shoulder up against something, you peek out and you light guys up. That's not what happened.
No.
The hit
But-
detection is absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
Most of the time I wasn't realized I was getting shot at until I was dead.
What difficulty are you playing it on?
Normal? Or maybe it was
Okay.
hard, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I've had too much of a problem dying. Only when I just feel like seeing what will happen if I just run in there with a shotgun. Usually it doesn't end well.
What else did I hate? Oh, mashing a button so you hit a button to open the door, and then you mash on that same fucking button to open up the door.
What else did I hate?
They hide the loading screens. Yeah, I don't like that. I'll give you that one for sure.
Why does cardboard have a Wi-Fi signal?
I
More
don't-
importantly, why do grenades have a Wi-Fi signal?
It's the future.
Are you like
The
remote
future!
hacking the chip inside the grenade? In which case, why do you have a hackable chip inside your grenade to begin with? Why does it have a chip in it? It
'Cause
doesn't
it's
need
the
a chip.
Future. It's the future. They need to track all of the grenades and how they were used and where they would use. But you think the bad thing is I think some of that shit's actually on its way with the grenades we use.
That's a terrible idea.
Mm.
All you need is some fucking punk kid to be like, hey, cool. I broke into it. Now your grenades are going to blow up on your belt. Now you're dead.
Well, I think they'd only be active like right as you threw them or something like that.
Yeah. But it got just super frustrating at some points. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to fucking play this anymore. And I sent it back.
That's fair. Deus Ex had a cool story, but it was boring as shit. And I didn't like the combat, and this is it's honestly like the opposite of it, where the combat's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Like, I like the little, kind of, like the active reload thing from Gears of War, how that works with hacking guys. Did you like that part at least?
That was cool.
Yeah. So like there's a room, Josh, filled with enemies, and you have the ability to hack in and make him shoot all of his comrades and then himself, or you can overload their guns, which makes them really easy to kill for a short amount of time. Kind
Or
of
you
gets
can
you out of
just
trouble.
co-opt one guy and he's just your friend and he just murders everybody. Oh wait, no. There's a one where the guy will just commit suicide.
Yeah.
That is an
and
option.
he's
He's like,
screaming, no!
and then he explodes.
I didn't like the little virtual training things because it
Those
looked
were
funny.
super dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about. But did you get put off by how violent your partner was in the beginning?
That was, I'm like, okay. And then he's just walking in the hallway murdering everybody, like, calmly.
Uh-huh.
And
Just
I'm like,
talking about his day, shooting people in the face.
it took me forever to place where his voice came from. And I realized he's like the evil guy from The Crow.
Really?
Yeah, he's the guy with the long hair, like the mafia boss guy.
Really?
I'm like, oh, he had like that raspy voice. I'm like, that's a cool voice. And he's just coldly murdering people. Like in the subway. He's like, okay, time to take over the subway car, murder every single person in the subway on their way to the conductor's train.
I liked that little boss battle before it, though, even though it was kind of easy.
The invisible guy?
Yeah, he just ran around that little
Yeah.
room there and shot him, but I don't know. I like that there's robots flying around that drop ammo if you kind of short them out a little bit. How far did you make it past the subway then?
I got to,
Through the sniper level?
let's see, where you were fighting Ice-T. Well, the Ice... You've seen Johnny Mnemonic, right?
Yes.
So I'm in like the Low-Tex area, and I killed their boss.
I don't
And
think I
I
made it
got-
that far.
I went back to the main facility after capturing the What's-Her-Face.
Yeah, I don't think I was at the spot where they're watching her from the building across the way, and then
Yeah.
you zip line in. That's about where I'm at.
Yeah, I got past that.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse.
Well, we'll see. I'll play a little bit more of it.
Because
I
you're
don't
gonna go through an hour and a half where you can't use any of your like hacking abilities.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, that doesn't sound very fun. Why would
No.
they do that?
I don't know. And
The
it
whole
wasn't
point of
very
the game
fun.
being different is because you have these cool abilities to make dudes kill their friends and themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just rely on shitty weapons that you can't really do anything with.
I don't know. I like the weapons. I like the secondary fires.
No. You get shitty weapons from these low-tech guys.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you get a revolver, which, like, the whole point was so you could see the guy, like, quick fire and reload, like a Wild Wild West movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's pretty much the
interesting.
only reason why you put that in there, so you could do that animation.
No, I still think it's more fun than playing Deus Ex because that game's boring. Yep.
Oh, we'll have to agree to disagree then. You know what? No, I will wait until you get to where I stop playing, and then we'll talk about it again. Because then you're going to hate the game.
We'll see. I was going to play it today, but things came up. Namely, I took a nap. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, though, I would never pay $60 for it, but it's
Absolutely not.
You get it for like $20. Fuck it.
What pissed me off, too, is the only thing I cared about was playing the multiplayer, and then you can't do it. I think you have to pay for it.
Yeah. Project $10, buddy.
Fuck. That's the only reason why I bought this game. Or not bought it. That's the only reason why I rented this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The servers are going to be shut down in a couple months.
Probably. But, god damn, that multiplayer is really fun.
Bollocks. Did you have The Witcher coming your way?
It's in my queue. I threw the 2 games I had rented back to GameFly. So I've pretty much been patiently waiting for the new Silent Hill, Armored Core 5, and The Witcher 2. So those are in my GameFly list right now.
Word.
The Witcher did look good at on Xbox at PAX. I
Yes,
will
it
say
did.
that.
Yes, it did, and it got
It
me
wasn't-
really excited.
It wasn't all stuttery or anything?
No, I didn't play it, but I watched a couple people for a while, and they were in like the first big town that you go to.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about, Bill. And
Yeah.
you know where all the lights coming in through the trees and all this other crazy shit that it does. And it looks like it's lacking some things. Like that game uses a lot of motion blur and stuff like that. But it looked good. It looked real good.
As long as it runs smooth, I think it'll be fine. You know, some of the bells and whistles from the graphics, they don't really affect what's fun about that game.
No, not at all. But it is a really good looking game.
Yeah.
Should I play the first Witcher?
Nah, you
Because
don't need to.
I got it I have it and it runs okay on my laptop.
You don't need to.
Okay.
It's just you're just adventuring with The Witcher. I mean, the story stuff. Who really cares? From the first to the second, it won't affect things. I never finished the first one, and I don't feel like I lost anything.
Isn't there a book that he can read?
Well, the character's based on the Polish guy's books. I've read about half of the first one, but it's not a continuous story. It's kind of just chunks of stories.
Oh, so they're vignettes?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't dislike them, but it's difficult to hold my interest for something like that because I want like a grand adventure because he's awesome. And when you skip around, it just kind of, they're like comic book stories.
So they're mini adventures.
Yeah. And that's what's great about the game is that you're part of a large story. It's neat. And lots of cool things happen, and he's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyle, you want to talk about Silent Hill HD Collection, or do you want to save that?
I'll talk about it for like 2 minutes. It wasn't what I was expecting. They didn't have Silent Hill 1 on there. I was really upset. They had a mandatory change on the third one's voices. Like, they're completely different voice actors for the third game.
Really?
Yeah, and Silent Hill 2, you can either choose, okay, I want the original voices or I want the new voices. The third one doesn't have that option. You're just stuck with the new voices. The visual, like, just the way the game looked, it was not what I was expecting at all. Like, my roommate got Jak and Daxter, like the remastered one for the PS3, and it looks awesome because they redid all the graphics and stuff.
Right.
This one, it's just, okay, they just up-converted everything, so now it won't be blurry.
Ugh. So what was it, 2, 3, and 4?
No, just 2 and 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, not that 4 was very good, but...
I mean, I would have expected to have 1 in there, because I can't imagine it'd be a very large game.
No. That is weird.
Yeah. At least, you know what? The fog that's ever freaking prevalent in the game looks really good. But there's still huge frame rate drops for no reason. Like, you know what? This shouldn't be like that.
Oh, well.
The cinematics look like complete ass because they haven't changed those at all. So the actual game looks better than the cinematics.
Yeah, that's no good.
Good job, Konami.
Yeah, but all in all, the games are still really good because the game itself was really good. So there's no complaints on that. It's just a better looking version of the original games, which is what they should have been. But they didn't do as well as they should have. That's about it. So if you like Silent Hill, go for it. If not, you're not missing out on much.
All right, well, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us if they so choose?
Bill's not going to talk about anything?
No.
I really don't have much, man. It's been a busy couple of weeks.
Okay.
You know, all it says on his list is binary domain is shipped.
It's upstairs.
And thoughts on why The Witcher stopped working.
Yeah, but no one cares about that. That was just so I could ask you later.
In some link.
To the gross destruction of the Ghost Recon name by making it a Facebook game.
That's the future, Bill. Facebook.
The future.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. If you're complaining, if Kyle can complain about chips being on grenades, then you shouldn't be complaining about Facebook games.
Ships being on grenades. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you said ships, and I was like, what?
I also thought you said ships.
I also said shut the fuck up and tell them how they can get in contact with us.
Yes, sir. You can follow us all on Twitter. You can follow Josh at Nastro. You can follow myself at KR Dumond. You can follow Billy at BillyBillBlack.
And you can follow Kyle's doctor at In Kyle's Butthole at twitter.com.
In your rectum. You can also follow the podcast at Critical Strike. Shoot us a voicemail at 909C-STRIKE or 909-278-7453. Or you can shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
And for all your questions about lubricated farts, you can just contact Kyle at KRD.
Yeah.
You're just that lubricated. The lubricant, that really gets you, doesn't it?
It's funny, dude.
It is something to experience. I'll give you that.
I'm going to try it now. All right, Bill, do your part.
I just wanted to say how much better Kyle did his than when I tried it. He's so professional.
Well, it's because I've been doing it over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 60 episodes.
Well, hit up Platform Nation for some other numerous podcasts. Lunchcast, Foyer FYI, The Rumble Pack, Lock and Load, Video Game Jocks, all those fun ones.
Mm-hmm. And leave us an iTunes review. Everybody except for Bill would care.
Because fuck
That's
Apple,
true.
Bill. Right?
Eh.
Apple and Facebook are the future.
They are the future.
And it makes
Bill
you
will
weep.
not be a part of this future.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Josh.
He'll be treading down the mountainside with his guns, going to Apple headquarters to murder everybody.
Just think about it, Bill. You could be playing Ghost Recon on Facebook, right? While listening to Spotify.
The thing that's nice about Facebook, though, if you really think about it, like Apple, they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? To start up a new electronics company that would slowly reach their levels, not going to happen. Let's be honest about it. But Facebook, and it could be in a matter of months, the world's youth just goes, that's lame, and they just fall apart. So I mean, that's my hope with that. Facebook could go away very easily.
It's not going to happen.
You'd be surprised, man.
Nope.
I don't know. That MySpace might be an up-and-comer.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though, is that MySpace was this huge thing, and then Facebook took it over in a matter of, 2-3 years?
But Facebook has already leaked its way into almost everything at this point.
We'll see. Once they have to start making real money, and you start seeing ads in your stream, I think people very quickly could jump ship. Because that's the thing, is when they go public, they have to then generate money. Like buying Instagram for $1 billion, what the fuck does that give you?
What the fuck is Instagram?
Exactly. Like $1 billion, it's more value. They paid more for that than the New York Times. I think the New York Times can generate cash. Instagram did what? I have 13 different photo editing apps on my phone, all better than that one.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much, it lets you filter out filter a photo and then upload it online. So it's like a TwitPic, but with filters.
Yeah, but it's just a way of doing something you can already do in numerous other ways. I don't understand how they could possibly have spent $1 billion on it.
All right, somebody say something funny so I can end the show.
Dicks.
All right, there we go. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. I'm recording.
I am now too recording.
Kyle's the asshole.
Also,
Kyle's the asshole.
I hate you guys. I hate you so
I
much.
initiated the question of recording.
I always do, and then you're like, oh yeah, we are recording. And then you fucking immediately leap onto that, Bill, and I'm too slow and stupid to click fast enough.
Kyle's the asshole.
As usual, I will take my place on the mighty chair of the asshole. I will begin my asshole reign. Do the asshole salute.
All shall love me and despair.
The solemn vow of the asshole. Well, it's like, okay, you can't mix these two things because they will turn your blood into acid.
That's not what the doctor does?
No, the doctor just goes, okay, this is what will fix you up. And then the pharmacist goes, no, you can't take this particular thing. Let me call your doctor and iron something out.
Yeah, the pharmacists are the feminists.
Whoa, fucking feminists at the Walmart.
The fucking feminists just give you out. They're your chemists, and they just give you all these drugs, and then they fuck you in the ass.
Wow, I didn't realize they actually did that. I just kind of assumed they were drug peddlers. They didn't,
No,
do anything.
That's why they're like, okay, like what medicines are you taking? Usually they have all that information on their computer.
Yeah, this seems like something that should be done at my doctor's office.
But you go to different doctors.
Well, I don't, but...
Well, I had to go to a different doctor. I had to go to a butt doctor. That wasn't my normal doctor.
Very interesting. Sorry, Josh.
Is this not exciting you, Josh?
No, you lost me a butt doctor. I just don't... I don't like the fact that there's like a doctor whose life is dedicated just to butts.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that must be a miserable existence too when I was sitting in that waiting room.
It just seems weird.
Your whole job is to look at people's butts and then shove things in their butts.
Yep.
You could technically be a prostitute.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's a weird life.
Film everything.
It's a weird life that man lives.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think the foot guy has a worse life. Just saying.